Okay, how you doing? Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. You cooling out with me for a minute here on my channel, Sue Lion Uncut, in association with Kevin K. Go Hard Truth. I really appreciate you. I appreciate my subscribers. What's up, y'all? You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and put out a couple of my subscribers while I'm at it. All right. Let's give a shout out to my new subscribers. Howard Foster. What's up? Thank you. Really appreciate you. All right. We'll give a shout out to DJ Regal Dollar Rock Stewart. What's up? All right, we appreciate you here at Zoo Lion Uncut. And I'm gonna say what's up to Christine Chastity Lampkin too. Yeah, you know what it is. A lot of love, much love, folks. So anyway, today we got a hot one. You already know. You already know. We're gonna talk about things that they not talking about. You know what I mean? Things they should be talking about, but they not. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. All right. So today, I got a real interesting topic to talk about. Okay, and it's just this story is gonna blow your mind. Okay, this is a wild story. Now the question here, when I go ahead and reveal it, is gonna be: is this real, or is it fake, or what? But this person I'm about to talk about, yeah, he is documented as being real. So we're gonna analyze it and ask the question of why nobody's talking about him, why you haven't heard of him, etc., etc. Okay. Today we're gonna talk about this man. Okay. This man's name is Simeon Toko. Okay. I think he was born in the Congo. I think he was born in the Congo. All right. It was a lot of talk about the Congo, and like I said, this subject recently just hit my desk. So, like I said, it it's here. It's came up at this time for a reason. So it's things are starting to come together. Okay, like Dr. Umar Johnson, he always used to talk about the Congo, or he still talks about the Congo, his Pan African movement, etc., etc. And I really didn't really understand what he was talking about, but after hearing this story, it's got me really looking into the whole Congo situation. Okay, so like the stories I'm hearing, it's like the Congo is oppression going on over there. Maybe like some colonization going on over there. I don't have all the details. Okay, we're gonna learn about this together. Okay, I don't have all the details, but we're gonna put the subject matter out there so that we all can look into it and come back to the table and discuss it. Okay, that's the whole plan. All right. So like I said, this man's name is Simeon Toko. Toko. Okay, and people are saying that when he was here on Earth, he had a lot of attributes of the Messiah, who people call Jesus. Okay, and it said that he had a lot of supernatural abilities. He was performing miracles and all types of stuff. Okay, this is a wild story. Okay, and when you hear about this, it's going to be a lot of attempts made on his life. Okay, while he was here, there were a lot of attempts made on his life, and he could not be unalived. Excuse me. He could not be unalived. Okay, with all these attempts that you're about to hear, he would just they would attempt to unalive him, and he would just come back. He would just come back. Okay, so this is a supernatural story that you're about to hear. But like I said, if this story is true, we're gonna have to ask ourselves: is this real? Is it fake? And if it is real, it's gonna make sense for why nobody's talking about it or haven't talked about it. It's a situation that has been swept under the rug. Okay, but in today's time with things going crazy in the world, people finding out that the Messiah is black, melanated. Okay, the world is very very messed up by this information. Okay, and then this gentleman right here pops up this is a very interesting story. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the first clip. And we're gonna come back and discuss it.
Simeon, Toko.
Chris in Long Island, New York. Welcome to Coast. Say hi to David Wilcock.
Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Dave. How you guys doing?
Doing good, Chris.
Well, I had a question for David in terms of reading his new book, Defense Mysteries, which I'm very enjoying very much.
Thanks.
And one of the chapters was Nikola Tesla, the Pete Peterson and Nikola Tesla Black Ops.
Yep.
One of them is about Black Jesus, where there's a ascended being appearing in Africa.
Yep.
And I just want to know if you know any more information you would share with us, because I thought that was very captivating to me, and I just wanted more information on it.
Yeah. The Black
Thank you,
Jesus
Chris.
story. The Black Jesus story was probably one of the most shocking things I ever heard. It came from my insider, Jacob, I call him that in the book, who actually was working for the Rothschilds and still does, and also is a whistleblower who doesn't really do what they want but continues to work for them because he feels like there's some very serious extraterrestrial threats to Earth and that what they're doing is very necessary to protect us. So the story goes that in the 1960s, there was a black man in Africa who came in with abilities complementary to those of Jesus. And he was performing miracles. He was starting to get people to listen to what he had to say. And the cabal tried to kill him, and, they could shoot him in the head, and his skull would just regenerate, and the flesh would grow back, and he was fine. And, so the crazy story that I heard, and remember, I was told at the time that if I disclosed this, that I would be killed, and I ended up putting it in the book anyway. But the story was that this guy, they finally said, okay, we're going to bring you to the United Nations and share your message with the world. Let's get you on this flight. They bring him on this flight, and instead of bringing him to the United Nations, they shot him repeatedly, and then actually had some kind of meat grinder device, and basically like a bandsaw, I guess, and sawed up his body into a whole bunch of pieces, put him in these very like radioactive shielded containers, and then had all these fighter jets dock with the plane and fly his body parts to all corners of the world, where then these containers turned them into ash. And they thought that maybe this would defeat him, like that his body somehow, the tissue was necessary. So if they destroyed all the tissue in all these places across the world, maybe they could defeat him. Well, he then regenerated in their offices and was fully fine, fully intact. But the sad part is that he said, you guys so badly do not want me to be here that I am not going to be able to do any more. You're going to get what you want, but bear in mind that in the future, many others like me will be coming, and when they do, you will not be able to stop us.
Wow. Well,
that is all I know. Unfortunately,
right.
There's nothing more to the story than that.
Incredible.
But it is an incredible story.
Incredible.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. An amazing story. Definitely. Okay. Like a so-called black man out of Africa. He got superpowers. Okay. Like what? Like this is an amazing story. Okay. And like I said, they said that he was performing miracles. He was starting to get people to follow him and everything. But the powers that be wanted to take him out. Okay, which is normally how it happens. Okay, it normally goes down like that. All right, but this story is incredible because they tried to take him out so many times. Okay, so many times. I'm gonna let you know. Okay, while you watching this is going to get graphic. Okay, this is just the beginning of the video, but there's some more stories that get way more graphic. So prepare yourself for this. This is a disclaimer. Okay. So anyway, you might as well go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that like button while you're at it, because this definitely gonna be a hot one. Definitely. All right. So like I said, they just kept trying to take him out, and he would just keep coming back. Okay. See, people thought I was playing when I said attempts on his life. Like they was actually like hitting him in the head, shooting him in the head. He just come back. Like, okay. So the question is who is this man? Okay, who is this man for real? Okay, this is a documented story. So I believe that there is truth. I believe that there is truth to this. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that up front. I'm not even going. I think that there's truth to it. I think it's something that we should be looking into. Something that should be looked into, especially my people. Okay, because this is connected. This is connected to us. Okay, like they said, the the facts that the Messiah, who people call Jesus, who I call you, he to find out that he is black, a melanated individual, okay, and the information that I got goes way deeper. The information I got goes way deeper that the angels are also melanated, okay. This being melanated issue, it actually goes back to the heavens. The information that I have, okay. So all of this is connected, and then this man right here, he comes up. He's born in the. When was he born? He was born in 1918, but all these events are taking place in like the 1950s, 1960s, and this man pops up, and he says that, okay, because they made so many attempts on his life that he just like was like, okay, people, like I'm a back out of this. I'm a back out. I'm gonna give y'all what y'all want for now. But he said there's gonna be more people that's gonna come. There's gonna be more people that's gonna come. And when they come, he said, we will not be defeated. Okay? It sounded like a chosen ones, 144,000 type of situation. Okay. So, and I'm definitely connected to that. So it's very interesting that was said. Okay. He said there's gonna be more people that's gonna come later in the future. And when they come, we not gonna be defeated. Okay. So let's go. So this is interesting. Very interesting, people. All right. Let's continue.
It is generally recounted by witnesses that Simeon Toko appeared before people in an apparitional body and in dream states while he was physically alive. At least one witness who was hired to kill him said he personally killed this man, quite professionally, as a hired killer, and saw him alive again a few days later. Others still living at the time of this writing said that they saw Toko physically slaughtered and watched him bring himself back to life before their astonished eyes. There is a very large body of testimony, of which only a little has yet been recorded or written down from eyewitnesses. This is the story of the man who single-handedly gave defeat to the Belgian army.
Man, one of the killers, a professional killer, says that he took him out. Okay, he gave a testimony that he took him out and seen him a few days later, a couple days later. Okay, and this is amazing, amazing, people. Right? Like I said, who was this man? Was this man the Messiah, an angel? Like who was he? Unbelievable, unbelievable. But we're gonna have to deal with it. We're gonna have to deal with the facts. Like if this man really lived, these events really happened. It's just unreal. It's just unbelievable. Okay, point blank, period. And like they said at the end of that, he single-handedly defeated the Belgian army. Okay, we're gonna get into the history of the conflict between Belgium and the Congo. Okay, we're gonna get into that when they start to talk about they start to educate you on the backstory, the history of that situation. Okay, but this story is going to get way more deep, way more. So just stay with us, folks. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button while we're here. Okay? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Because we all waiting. Everybody is waiting for the Messiah to return. Okay? But this individual here, he does sound like the Messiah. He sounds like he's connected. Like he is connected to some type of degree. Okay? So I don't know. Let's keep it moving, people. Let's keep it moving.
The truth is stranger than fiction. The unbelievable spiritual power of one man that overcame the Belgian army. Is this a real-life African avatar? It all began because Leopold II wanted his country to join the League of European Empires, but the Belgian state refused to finance its part in Western Europe's expensive scramble for Africa, so they outsourced the task to Leopold, who used personal diplomacy to convince the European powers to grant him control of a large portion of the Congo basin. He promised to bring civilization to the so-called Dark Continent. Christ in the Congo Free State in 1885, Leopold's playground was an astonishing 17 times the size of Belgium, comprised largely of unmapped jungle. It was initially a huge financial burden, but when worldwide demand for rubber boomed, Leopold cashed in. Congolese workers were sent out into the jungle to slash down vines and layer their bodies with rubber latex. Later, they would scrape it off their skin, often taking flesh and hair with it. Their work was labor-intensive and injurious to health. The only economical way to collect it was via the forced mobilization of Congolese society. The Congo Free State evolved from a vanity possession into a slave plantation. According to History Today, Leopold's Hell operated by an insane logic. Villages were set quotas of rubber, and the gendarmerie were sent in to collect it, a process that was sped up by looting, arson, and rape. If a village failed to reach its quota, hostages would be taken and shot. To ensure that the gendarmerie didn't waste their bullets hunting for food, they were required to produce the severed hands of victims. As a consequence, a trade in severed hands developed among the villagers and those police that couldn't reach their quotas.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay? They said that the Congo is 17 times the size of Belgium. That's crazy. Okay? Just the whole fact that basically the Congolese president thought that it was just a burden. At some point, it was a financial burden because you just had all that land. You had all that land, but it wasn't profitable at no point. It just seemed like a financial burden. But then it said that the Belgians, they found out that rubber was abundant in that area, and then they just moved in to collect off the rubber, turning the Congo from being a free state, having all that land, to then the the people that's coming in, the business, the monopolies came in and turned that free state into a slave state, using the Congo people as labor, turning them people into slaves. So that's the backstory. It just makes a lot of sense as far as what you start to piece together what Dr. Umar Johnson was saying as far as the Congo and the Congo people. I be hearing things as far as the Bantu people, all of that. Okay, all of that. So this land and these people seem like they were very connected on a spiritual level, connected to the Most High. Okay, so that's something as far as my people we need to look into. I told you, there's information here that we should really be looking into because I think that things are deeper of course, things are deeper than what we know and what's being told. Okay, the information is just being put out now, so we're putting these pieces of the puzzle together. Okay, of course, we have a connection to Africa, of course. Okay, but we really need to start putting those things together. Okay, us over here in America, for instance, like we really need to get the real truth to our past, and I believe that this has to do with that. Okay, that we start to piece together the information from where things started. Okay, okay. There's I also talk about things as far as the word games that go on over here in America. Okay, words that we were taught that actually trap us and put us into slavery and to mislead us to make us think certain, think that we're things that we're not, and words used as curses and all. It's a big word game going on. Okay, that's connected to law, but at the same time, okay, we probably we're gonna have to look at, the further we go back to our history, language, the original language, the language is, we're gonna start to discover more words that reveal truth, so to speak. Okay, so like I said, Congo, free state, turned into slaves. Slaves. Slavery was implemented there, where they were chopping off people's hands when they didn't reach their quota. You see the pictures, okay? So this is a true story. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's continue.
It was during this time, 33 years after the atrocities started in the Congo, that Simeon Toko was born in 1918. Simeon Toko was born on February 24, 1918, in a northern village in Angola. Not long after Simeon's birth, a missionary at a Baptist missionary society based in Angola had a dream. He dreamed that a great king had been born in the region under his ministry. He decided to go looking for this baby. In 1949, Simeon Toko asked in his public prayer that the Holy Spirit manifest in Africa to put an end to the abuses of the colonial powers. Toko became a dedicated member of the Baptist Church of Antigua. On October 1949, Simeon Toko held up both hands, spread out his fingers, and told the abusive Belgian to count them. He said, "I give 10 years to the Belgian, not one more or less, to leave this country." As for the other mysterious statement made by Simeon Toko, 10 years later in 1960, the Belgians were obliged to leave their rich colony of Congo. This incident was confirmed in Angola in 1994 by Pastor Andelino Kanhandi, who was a cook at the Kakonda agriculture compound where it happened. On January 4th, 1959, witnesses attest that many cherubim and seraphim emerged and held off Belgian colonial army. Citizens of Leopoldville saw an army of about 1,000 angels, non-terrestrials, very muscular bodies, imposing. These human-looking beings, but with supernatural powers, demonstrating an extraordinary force. For example, a witness saw one of them on the road sweeping a 5-ton truck with one hand. Belgian soldiers opened fire on these angels, but to no effect. Colonial army was in a panic and disorder. Angels disappeared as suddenly as had appeared. According to the African natives that day, Simeon Toko had unleashed his army. 4th of January is the day of celebration today in Kinshasa. A year after this extraordinary event, Congo became an independent country, for the Belgians were forced to leave their rich colonies of Congo.
I told you, people, this is amazing. This is amazing. Okay, like angels, seraphims appeared to go to war with the Belgian army. Huh? Off of his command, apparently. Okay, behind his command, these events occurred. Like what? Like I told people, if you don't believe in the supernatural, man, you really should. Okay, you really should. Like I said, if this event really happened, if these events really happen, you really need to be looking at reality. Okay, what's reality? All right, there's a lot of people that don't believe in this type of stuff. Okay, it's a lot of people that don't believe in this stuff now. I can believe in this because, like I said in the past, I've had supernatural experiences, seen unbelievable things to where I don't have no choice but to be like, okay, it's real. Okay, it's real because I've seen things where I would have to be like, yeah, it's real. Okay, I just did a video. I just did a video where I revealed four. I revealed four of my supernatural experiences. You know what I mean? You should go back and look at that. You should go back and look at that. That's my last video from this video. So check it out. But anyway, so that's just amazing. Okay, it said that in 1949 he put his hands up and asked the Most High for the Holy Spirit. He asked the Most High for the Holy Spirit in 1949. In 1959, the angels showed up. 1,000 angel seraphims, muscular build, human in appearance, very muscular, came down and went to war with the Belgian army. Okay, 1949. That was 10 years later. That was the deadline when he gave them the deadline. Like, I'm giving you 10 years to get out of here. Not a day more, not a day less. And it actually occurred. And the angels came down here, 1,000 of them, went to war, defeated them. Like, huh? Like, this is amazing. This is amazing, folks. This is amazing. This is a documented events here. Okay? This information right here is not a game. I told you. I feel that this video and this information is very important. Okay, very. Okay, it was a witness there during this battle, between the Belgian army and 1,000 angels. And a witness says she seen one of the angels basically just toss a 5-ton truck with one hand. Boy. In the 1960, they got out of there. The Belgian army got out of there. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Yeah. Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. Okay, like I said, once again, the question is, who was Simeon Toko? He's setting dates. He's setting days and deadlines. Like, you got 10 years, dog. 10 years go by, 1,000 angels come down and shuts it down. Man, oh man, folks. Man, oh man. And I'm gonna remind you, like I said, he said it. He did all of this and still said it's gonna be people that's gonna come. And when was this the situation? Said they won't be defeated. Yeah, sounds like, man. This story is amazing, and there's more, Okay, so just go ahead, buckle your seatbelts up, and let's see what else went on.
Some of these attempts were witnessed by Pastor Kahandi himself. In fact, it was the outcome of one of these murders that made Pastor Kahandi a believer. Simeon Toko was incarcerated, and for the purpose of stemming his popularity and breaking his followers. After being deported and arriving in Angola, never again would Simeon Toko rest. His life would be a string of non-stop attempts to kill him to prevent his mission. Let us follow what he experienced from Leopoldville, where he was unjustly incarcerated, to Angola. While incarcerated in Angola, the Portuguese authorities deported him to the Colanato of Valle do Loje in the municipality of Bembe, northern Angola. Number 2. From Bembe to Waba Kokonda. All of these deportations took place in a 12-year period. Simeon Toko's captivity in these prisons and agricultural compounds lasted from 3 months, as at San da Bandeira, to as long as 5 years, as at Ponta Albina.
So I guess even after all of that, they were still coming after him. Okay, the powers that be, the authorities, they were still coming after that man. Okay, Still persecuting them, still coming after that man. Okay, this is a wild, wild story. Okay, after they seen all of what they seen, they still would not stop. They still would not stop. Just trying to make his life a living hell. Still trying to stop him. Okay, still trying to take him out. All that. Unreal. Unreal, folks. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, somebody that powerful, that's how it works here in this world. Anybody that powerful, you got that influence, you got that following, you have the power to really just change the whole course of the world. Yeah, they definitely going in this world, yeah, that's what they do. They try to take you out. They try to take you out. So-called black too, melanated. Oh man. Oh yeah. Unreal. All to colonize the Congo. Amazing. Unreal. Unreal. But let's go ahead and continue so you can hear these other stories of how they just we'll just watch these next attempts.
Thus, when he was sent to slavery in an agricultural field in Kakonda in southern Angola, his head was offered for a price. Two Portuguese foremen, excited by the reward, decided to take their chance. They put a plan into action to murder Simeon Toko. During a stay in Angola in 1994, we collected the testimony of Pastor Adelino Kanhandi, who was a cook at the Kakonda agriculture compound. He saw what happened. Busy with cooking, he heard a voice calling him, Kahandi, Kahandi, come here. It was Simeon Toko. Once outside, surprised and curious, Toko told him to stand there and be watchful. Once again, the Son of Man will be tested. Strange words in particular for Kahandi, who was not then a Christian and didn't understand the term of what Simeon Toko wanted of him. Curious, he watched. One of the Portuguese foremen showed up and hailed Simeon Toko. Hey Simeon, you see that tractor over there? There are weeds clogging the sower. Go clean them out. Submissively, the docile prisoner crawled under the engine to fix it. When he was under the engine, the foreman sitting in the driver's seat started it up, which automatically activated the rotating blades of the seat sower. Simeon Toko's body was instantly severed in several pieces. Terrified, Kinhandi stood frozen to the spot, watching. The foreman shifted into reverse to back up and check the damage. A second foreman who was in service that day flashed a victory sign indicating that they had succeeded. Then the unbelievable happened. Before Kinhandi and the two Portuguese accomplices, the body of Simeon Toko recomposed itself. Simeon Toko stood up. Kinhandi could not believe his eyes. The Portuguese ran away in terror. From that day on, Kahandi believed in the Lord, and his entire family converted to the church of Simeon Toko. It was also that day that Simeon Toko made it known who he was behind that smallpox-marred face, purposefully behaving in accord with the following scripture. Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live.
Wow. Wow. With with all that power, he still went into slavery. They put him in slavery. And with all that power, he still was humble to go. Okay, you got to be real humble to where you're doing all these amazing things that you're still here on this earth, and the people are still trying to persecute you, and you still find yourself accepting those terms, like still accepting it, like you go into slavery. Like, you gotta think about that. This man, they say allegedly he has supernatural powers and accepted to be enslaved. Unreal. Unreal. And then on top of that, like they said, that while they had him in slavery, they put a price on his head. They put a price on his head. Somebody tells him to go fix something under a tractor. He still goes. They cut the engine on and chop him up. Wow. I told you I'm sorry for the graphic nature of this video, okay? It is what it is. Very graphic. Very graphic. But they said they cut they cut the blades on this they cut the blades on and chopped him up. He came right back to life. He came right back to life. You know what I mean? Apparently he was doing that to just the slavery, going into slavery, he just doing that just to show that he came to show the people who he was. Yeah, he had to prove himself. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like he did what he served his purpose to while he was here. Just to whatever he had to do, he just did it. Really sounds like the story of the Messiah. Really, when you really listen to this, it's like really, like what if the Messiah came? The Messiah came in the early 1900s, and the information was just swept under the rug. That would be mind blowing. That would be mind blowing, people. Okay. So they say this event happened and he just came back to life, like again. Whew. Wow. So, like I said, we people, let's join together. Okay, let's join together. Let's if you have information, okay, because like I told you, this just came across my desk. So if you have information on this, okay, if you look into it and get the research, and please comment below. Okay, please comment below and let's just discuss it. Let's discuss it. Is this real? Is it fake? Let's talk about it. Okay, is it real? Is it fake? Do you have information I don't? Yeah, definitely need to be discussed here. All right, is this the Messiah? All right. Whew. Yeah, man. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that like button. Okay. You heard it here first. If you never heard this before, yep, you heard it here. Blue Line Uncut. All right, man.
In another instance, the plot was to drown him at sea. In the plane with Simeon Toko sat a Catholic priest and members of Salazar's secret police known as Pi DGS, including the pilot and co-pilot. Their mission was to fly over the Atlantic Ocean and after about an hour's distance, push Simeon Toko out of the plane into the deep sea. The moment the Pied agents rose to subdue him and carry out their murder, Simeon Toko stood up and ordered the plane to stop. The aircraft stopped in midair. It stood still, not advancing an inch, nor rose or fell backward. The crew was stricken by panic. The priest could hardly breathe, and hoarsely huffed out desperate prayers. Simeon lifted his eyes and hands toward the heaven, and after a short prayer, he ordered the plane to move again. At once, the plane started moving.
So let me get this right. So they put him on a plane. They put him on a plane with the intentions to push him out the plane in the middle of the ocean. And right when they about to they go to grab him to subdue him, to push him out the plane, he tells he yells out for the plane to stop, and the plane just stops moving in midair. Like he told the plane to stop. The plane stops in midair, doesn't move an inch in midair. In midair, folks. Like it said that the priest, everybody was on the plane. Everybody on the plane was shook. Wouldn't you? You would be too if you were on a plane to kill somebody, and then they make the plane stop in midair, not to move. Who would make this up? Like, who would make this up? What would be the purpose if this wasn't true? Like, ain't nobody made no movie about this. Nobody's making no money off of this. Who would make something like this up? Okay, and this is a true documented individual. This is a documented individual. Okay, this man really exists, really existed. Okay, like he had the power to stop a plane in midair. Scared everybody on the plane to the point where they couldn't even they couldn't even go along with their plan. They couldn't even continue with their plot to unalive him on this plane. They that was it. And then he just gives the command for the plane to move, and while it's in midair at a dead stop, just starts to fly again. Amazing. Amazing. I told you. If you don't believe in the supernatural, you don't believe in the spirit, you need to start. Okay, you need to start because like he said in that video, the truth is stranger than fiction. The truth is stranger than fiction. People's minds are going to be blown. Okay, if you're not on this and up to this point, 2024, your mind gonna be blown when things really start to come out and be revealed. Man, your mind gonna be blown. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. Warning. Warning. And this story right here, it just push you in line. It push you in line to get you hip to what's coming, to what's coming in the near future. So, better get prepared.
Another story refers to a most remarkable attempt by some astonishingly misguided men to kill Simeon. Tools under dictator Antonio Salazar's orders. Some doctors found themselves reading the reports of his purported invincibility. They thought they might pass the time by drilling for the secret, which seemed to protect the mysterious African man. They meant to perform an autopsy on a living human being. Under the pretext of removing a tumor in his chest, the doctors had Simeon Toko taken to a hospital. They put him on an operating table, cut a jagged mortal wound in the left side of the center of his chest, reached into his chest cavity, and pulled out his still beating heart.
Oh my god.
The aorta and other arteries were severed by scalpel, and his heart was removed. Simeon lay dead, his body covered with warm blood that splashed out of his heart and chest. Simeon Toko came to on the operating table. To their horror and bewilderment, his heartless corpse was moving on its own volition. He opened his eyes, sat up, and looked at them, the chest wound by which they had casually murdered him gaping open. "Why are you persecuting me this way?" he said to them. "Give me my heart back." Simeon Toko, showing the big scar where he was operated on by his killers, who took out his heart. He woke up without a heart, stood up, and asked for his heart back.
Very graphic. Very graphic. Another attempt on his life. Man, how many times they try? Another attempt on his life. Okay, do you hear that? Do you hear that? This gruesome, horrific story. They just cut what? They get him on the table. They get him on the table to remove a tumor. They go ahead and they try to take him out right then and there. They just put a gaping wound, hit him with the death blow in his chest, take his heart out, and he still alive and says, "Give me my heart back." And of course, once again, they just sitting there horrified, but won't stop. Okay, but won't stop. Just keep making attempts. He just like, look, y'all. How many times do we have to go through this? Could you imagine that? Can you imagine that if this story is real? I told you I think it is. Okay. I know this is far fetched. I know this is just outlandish, and a lot of people gonna hear this story. They're gonna be like, ain't no way this is real. Okay? Ain't no way. Okay, but it's a lot. It's a lot that goes on in this world that people do not. It is not put out. Okay, what do you think they mean when they talk about classified information? There's information that the powers that be do not want the public to know about. Okay, it just is what it is, and best believe the public don't want to know. A large majority of the public is like, thank you to the powers that be, because the big problem is that the majority of the public don't want to know. Okay, people don't want to know how wild, how just unbelievable how this existence is. Okay, how unreal things can get on this earth. There's a lot of people that just don't want to know, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Okay, it's things that go on. People in religion can't. You know, it may go to church or go to mosque or wherever you go, Kingdom Hall, every day, and read about all these supernatural stories, but still, for some reason, they in their minds, there's still like doubt, like amazing, unbelievable things could be going on, and you just don't believe it. I don't understand. I don't understand it, but it's not for me. It's not for me to understand. First of all, but you know, the human mind, it is what it is. But like I said, he had a picture. You seen the picture? Picture. He shows the scar. He shows the scar. Like, yeah. But did they take it out? They took. He said they took it out. Said, let me get that. Let me get that back. Amazing. Amazing. Who was this man? Who was this man? We really need to look at it. Was it the Black Messiah? Mm. Mm.
During the night of December 31st to January 1st, 1984, when the media announced the death of Simeon Toko, thunderclaps of virtually seismic force and torrential rain burst the skies of Luanda. It had not rained in this area for several years. Meteorologists were mystified. For 3 days, the rain fell continuously. The occurrence of this event was attributed to all the rumors surrounding the death of this great prophet.
Now, could a man like that, could a being like that really just die? Like, I don't think he died. You know what I mean? Like the way we think. Okay, he probably left this earth. He left. Okay, he left this earth. You know what I mean? He went back to the heavenly realms. Okay, but you know, whichever interpretation we want to look, however we want to look at it, you know, it is what it is. But they say in 1984 he died. Okay, they say a major storm, when he died, major storm just occurs in an area where there was no rain for years. No rain in years. He dies, and then it just rains nonstop for 3 days straight. Thunderclaps. Wow, amazing story, people. Like I said, I got more. I got more to the story. This is just an introduction. Okay, this is just an introduction to the whole subject because I know people. This is the first time people have heard about this. Okay, I got more videos, more footage. Okay, I'm sure if you look his name up, you'll be able to go ahead and find out more about this gentleman. Okay, well, you will. All right, and like I said, this is just an amazing story. You know what I mean? But the question is did this really happen? Did this really happen? And look, let me clarify. I'm not saying that he is the Messiah. Okay, I'm not here to spread information. I'm not saying that. Okay, but I'm asking the question. They say that he had the characteristics. He had the characteristics of the Messiah, who people call Jesus. Okay, but I call you. They said they had his characteristics. All right. I said, who is he? That's the question. He had the Messiah's characteristics. Could he have been the Messiah? Could he have been an angel? Okay, but many attempts on his life, many miracles transpired when he was here. Just an amazing man. I think he needs to be investigated and he needs to be looked into just for the sake of knowledge, just for the sake of knowledge and history, etc., etc. Okay, and I think the more that we look into this, I think it's going to be a lot to learn. I think it's going to be a lot to learn in this situation because, like I said, we're dealing with issues as far as language and words. You know what I mean? They mentioned something about, like, as far as the word game, as far as the words game, they say it's mentioned about the word Israel. Okay, and from their language over there, the Bantu language from over there in the Congo, they will pronounce it I Asasale, something like that. Okay, but I'm just mentioning that to be like, okay, we definitely, knowing what I know, we definitely need to be looking at these words more closely. We definitely need to be looking at these words closely because we've definitely been deceived and misled as far as words are concerned. And, we're pronouncing we may be pronouncing words differently. Uh, the real pronunciation on words is going to come to question. All that. Because we already know that names have been changed, words and places have been changed. So as we move forward and get into more accurate knowledge, don't be surprised if a word that you've been using, you've been thinking that it's that, and you find out it's something different. Because a lot of people's having problems with that. You know what I mean? People say, I say Yahuwah, Yahusha. Somebody will say Yahweh, Yahweh. It's all about dialect and pronunciation. But it is what it is, folks. We all living and learning. We all learning here. Okay, 2024, the year of truth. Okay, if you think you know everything, you don't. So expect for new information to hit your awareness. Okay, it should be expected. You know what I mean? And if you think you know everything and all the information that you done got and been living since you've been born, if you think that's all true and accurate, I hate to disappoint you. Most likely it's not. Okay? So it is what it is, folks. So let's go ahead and play this little end clip and then I'm going to close it out.
If men only knew what eternity is, they would do everything in their power to change their lives. The Blessed Virgin Mary.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for chilling out with me a little bit. I hope you took something from this. All right. I hope you took something from this. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? We keeping it hot. We always keep it hot over here. We can always give you something new, something you ain't never heard of, something you're supposed to be looking at, something that they trying to keep from you. You can come here to this channel and we'll keep you filled in. We'll keep you filled into all the information. All right. So I thank you so much. All right. Thank you to my subscribers, people that support me, support what I do over here. I appreciate you. Okay. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that notification bell. And go ahead and comment below. Go ahead and comment below so we can go ahead and discuss this. Okay. I'm sure the more people that know about this and find out about this, it's definitely gonna open something up. So yeah, get ready. All right. So y'all make sure y'all be safe out there. Stay positive. Excuse me. Stay away from that negativity and evil. It ain't no good. All that stuff to get your pressure up. You know what I mean? Stay away from that stuff. All right. Get back to the Most High. Because he definitely got something going on. He's definitely doing things here on this earth. All right. And you don't want to be asleep. And miss this action, miss with this information that can help you in life and move forward. So get right with the Most High, folks. All right. All he wants you to talk to him. He wants you to talk to him. So go ahead, pray to the Most High, have a nice little conversation. Baby, go a long way. Go a long way. So just take a couple minutes out your day. Take a little time out your day and just talk to the Most High, man. Give him some thanks. Say what's up, what you been doing. You gotta treat him like you're a real person. All right. So anyway, y'all make sure y'all have a great day. Y'all have a great night, and I'm gonna hit y'all on the next one. All right.